Swathi, I'm audible.
Yes, Deepak, you're audible. Hi.
All right. Hi. First of all, thanks for giving time today. I understand Friday evening. I get it. Weekend is around the corner. First of all, thanks for giving time to have this quick discussion with us today. And I would like to congratulate you. I know it's been a while since you moved to this cybersecurity role. I see that it's more than 1.5 years now. But yeah, here we are today to understand your journey as to how you ended up in this, basically in the domain. What was your experience? So that's what that's what we are going to do. Also, if there are any questions from the participants, we're going to take that as well. So first things first, I wanted to understand, Swati, a bit about your background. What did you study in your college? I understand before getting into cybersecurity, you also had worked somewhere. Could you touch upon those things, Swati? Over to you.
Sure. And first of all, actually, like it is really my pleasure taking my interview, like thinking I'm like you're thinking I achieved something. That
Of
is
course,
really, really a great thing.
of course.
Actually, coming to my educational background,
Mhm,
I'm actually a mechanical graduate, and
mhm.
of course, I always
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
I
okay. That's
so I
interesting.
did
Okay, okay, okay,
mechanical engineering, but
okay.
of course I got it into L&T, but the location was different, so it was actually in Mumbai, and I was studying in Hyderabad. So my father said no, and actually he didn't
Oh,
want me.
you mean to say when you're studying, you got a job in L&T and
Yeah, yeah,
oh, okay, okay,
that
okay.
was in my final year. So I
Oh,
just
nice. Okay.
yeah, I just couldn't go there. So
Mhm.
that's why I wanted to find something for me, and so I ended up working in Global Logic as an
Okay.
and
Okay.
then actually like the projects I was working in were taken over by Wipro. So I
Oh,
moved to
okay.
Wipro, and there actually I worked for a few years, and in 2019 I promoted as a team lead.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, 2020 I got married and I moved to Bengaluru,
Nice.
and I was working as a team lead after that
Nice.
also. And then I thought actually, I was listening more about this cybersecurity. I was reading articles about it. There are like actually 3.5 lakhs jobs are pending. There are so many opportunities and everything. So it got me excited. So I thought actually why not change the stream and try something else.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So I was out of Wipro, and then actually I was searching for an institute, so which could teach me, and
mm-hmm,
that like a old fashioned, old school kind of thing. So I wanted something offline rather than
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
online. There are so many institutes actually that are offering online courses, but
mm-hmm,
I thought actually offline is much better.
mm-hmm.
So I searched for an institute which is near my place, and I found Skillogic. It was and the ratings were great. And actually, Sindhu was. See, I spoke with Sindhu. She
Mm-hmm.
was great. Actually, she said that actually there will be assistance for the placements also, so it will be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Bangalore is a huge city, and actually, finding job
Sure,
as fresher,
sure.
it is not easy, and
Mm-hmm,
it is not even like you are a fresher. Yeah,
mm-hmm,
I worked somewhere and I have lots of experience, and I was a team lead over there, and I'm starting from the scratch again. So
mm-hmm,
it's not an easy task. So I
mm-hmm.
thought, okay, actually, Sindhu said that actually we will be, teaching you everything from the scratch, and actually placing you in some prominent companies, and so, it was very convincing. So I chose Skillogic, and I started it from there.
Sure. That's like overview of what happened. Let's unpack few of these things right now, so that let's deep deeper into that. So you told you wanted to change domain. So you did mechanical engineering, could not join L&T for the location reason. Then you joined a company which was taken over by Wipro, as far as I understand.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
was your nature of what were you doing there? How many years did you spend there roughly, and what were you doing there at an overview? What was the nature of job?
Sure. Actually, like I first joined Global Logic. Like I was there for like 11 months, and
Okay.
then I was with Wipro
Okay.
uh, for like I think 2.5 years as an
Okay.
analyst. And actually, like within 1 year, I was promoted as a quality analyst.
That's
And
nice.
then
Okay.
after 2.5 years, there is something called as FLM, first level management. Some exam is there in.
Mm-hmm.
So I cracked it, and then I promoted as like there were interviews, some question, some levels are there.
Mm-hmm.
after all that, I was promoted as a lead. And the nature of job was actually nothing as cybersecurity. It is not
Oh
at
no.
it's
Okay,
never,
it's not rated.
it is
Okay.
never
Oh, oh.
related. I don't even know actually, like how many ports are there. I was wondering actually, like when ma'am said Fatima, ma'am was my trainer. Actually, when she said 655 ports, I was wondering, oh, so many ports.
Right, right.
I don't
So
even
okay,
know.
I was trying to set a context whether you knew about cybersecurity before you
No,
did not. So
I
that's
don't know anything, and I
so
brand
technically
new.
you took the risk of starting something new.
Yeah,
Okay, all right, I understood. Okay,
yeah.
so you spoke to someone, you spoke to Sindhu in Skillogic, and you decided to join. You're now you took a career break. Did you take a break, or were you working and learning together? How did that go?
Actually, it is not a break. In the sense, actually, like I was in maternity leave. 6 months
Ah,
ended, and
okay,
then
okay,
yeah, 6 months ended. But
okay.
then I was also searching for an opportunity in Bengaluru. So
Mm,
I requested Wipro team to relocate me to Bengaluru. So I
mm,
got
mm.
an opportunity also.
Okay. So
Yeah.
technically, when you joined the course, you are still with Wipro, and
Yes,
that's when you
yeah,
decided.
I was with Wipro, but
Right.
actually, like I think I joined the course in April.
Mm-hmm.
I left Wipro in February only, like February 21st.
Oh, okay, like that.
February
Okay,
20.
all right, all right. So that's kind of a like risk move, right? So what was running in your mind first week of the class? You come into a new domain. How did that go? I mean, initial when I mean first week, the initial days of your class. How was it? How did it go? What was your learning experience? Swati?
Uh, I don't say it was that much challenging. Actually, Fatima ma'am made everything so easy. Like she used to teach from the scratch. So
Mm-hmm.
I said I don't even know how many ports are there. I don't know anything about the networking, and I came from mechanical background. Even actually,
Mm-hmm.
when I say it to my colleagues, they make it they make faces. They're like, actually, you're from mechanical. So I
That's
don't know
an
anything.
achievement. That's an achievement by itself. So yeah, you should be proud about it. Yeah.
I don't know anything. Actually, she taught everything from the scratch. And the
Mm.
first class, actually, she gave overview of
Mm-hmm.
everything, what we are
Mm-hmm.
going to learn and all. And in fact, she gave kind of an assessment.
Sure.
I think actually like what port is used for what, that kind of assessment she gave. So
Sure.
we get to learn. So I got to learn actually what is used for what. Okay,
Sure.
this is 422 and SSH. What is SSH? So I got it's a little idea.
Sure.
Yeah.
So when you're learning, was the learning practical? I mean, were there tools being showed? I mean, was it practical or was it like how did that aspect go? Because when you got into advanced topic, did you have enough information from a how do you apply this? One is the theory, how to do it, but how to apply it is a different point, right? So what was your experience in that?
Actually, she taught everything. She taught the theoretical parts,
Mm-hmm.
and also she taught us actually the practical commands.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, she taught us actually how to do this DOS attack uh,
Mm-hmm.
using the ping command kind of thing. And first she gave us an idea, and she told
Mm-hmm.
us actually you try it, you
Mm-hmm.
install one system and you try it, and
Mm-hmm.
you tell me how it went.
Mm-hmm.
Like she wanted us to explain it in the next class.
Mm-hmm.
So when we don't get it, she used to explain us actually this is the thing you are supposed to do. And actually in the command for each of the word we have, right, nmap hyphen pn, and
Mm-hmm.
what the stuff is there, she used to explain, okay, this is the nmap and this is the tool you are going to use, and the hyphen pn is something, and she used
Mm-hmm.
to explain all these things. And
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you these also. There
Mm-hmm.
are like we have encryption and decryption keys also, right? I
Mm-hmm.
swear, actually, like after that, I wanted to review it, and it was really, really tough for me to find it. She explained it really well. She
Okay.
showed us actually, in how many cycles how many cycles the key, the key encryption takes place. Actually, the encryption key, how it is, how it has come. She
Sure.
explained everything very well
Sure.
from
So is
from
it safe
scratch.
to sorry, go ahead, please. Go ahead. Just say
So
something.
actually, she explained everything from scratch. That
Mhm.
is how I understood it, or else it would have been really tough.
Sure. So would it be safe to say that wherever you got stuck, there was help during your training journey, right? You always
Surely,
you did not feel that this help was not given. Nothing like that.
surely, surely, there is no doubt about it.
Right. So once you're done with your what do you say, the classes, the live delivery, what was your project experience? No, because one is listening and another one is doing again, right? And suddenly you're doing these things by yourself. What was your project working on the project itself? What is your experience? When I mean to say project, the learning project that you did with Skillogic, what was your
Oh.
experience there?
Um, Actually, so project in the sense I chose my own topics and I made a presentation and
Very nice. Okay.
like it's not just about one tool. There
Mm-hmm.
are like I can say I think nearly 60.
Mm-hmm.
Nearly 60
Mm-hmm.
tools were tagged
Right.
to us by
Mm-hmm.
ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
So I made presentation about all those tools and
Mm-hmm.
I included the video also about each and everything.
Very
So
nice. Okay.
how, for example, Nessus was there. It was really tough to install and ma'am helped us
Mm-hmm.
in fact.
Mm-hmm.
So how to install it and how to
Mm-hmm.
do a scanning thing. So I
Mm-hmm.
made all that. It was
So
fine.
you decided to do that. So that was
Yeah,
something
yeah,
that you
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to do, and still you got the help. It was not telling that no, 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 do this, do that, but
No, 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 no,
whatever
no.
you
I
did,
got
it was
help.
supported.
All those 60 tools actually like I didn't learn them on my own.
Right.
All those were tagged by ma'am and I used to note them down in my notebook. So when the topic like you have to do the project. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought actually let's do all this. And in fact actually this was ma'am's idea. She said actually like why don't any one of you do this, like why don't you make a presentation, something like that. So I
Nice,
thought actually it will be a project also. So I made that presentation and gave a demo of each and every tool that was tagged to us.
wonderful. When you're taking up these classes, after classes, how many hours do you spend on a daily basis practicing, learning new things? What was your, because you had a baby, I presume maternity leave, you
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
baby.
I
So
had
what
a
was your, yeah.
Um, I don't think I didn't spend I didn't spend much time actually. I was in the
Okay.
class, so in the morning I used to drop him at the school, come to class, and sometimes I used to be late. But I think ma'am used to teach us in a very simple manner. I think even a layman can. Why layman? Why should I say layman? Actually, even a mechanical graduate like me can understand.
Okay. So it was simplified for you. Did not spend
Yeah,
much time. Okay. All right.
not much time, but she the what do we say? The theoretical part was always understood by us, and the
Mm-hmm.
practical part she used to give some assignments, and sometimes I said you right, DOS attack. She wanted
Mm-hmm.
us to find the command, and then
Mm-hmm.
also one day she taught us system hacking, and
Mm-hmm.
she wanted us to hack the system, and she was
Mm-hmm.
to give her bootable pen drive.
Sure.
So so those things actually I was working for them.
Sure. It was
So
more
maybe
practical, you mean to say.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
more
yeah,
practical. Okay.
yeah.
That's always good, right? When you're learning, it should be more practical, right?
Of course, of course.
Right. Now comes the placement, right? It's always that you're mechanical, you're this, you're
Yeah.
that, and new and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How was your experience when it came to placements? What all happened? How did you prepare for the interviews? What all happened? Yeah.
So for the interview, I
Mm.
read everything about actually. It might look like a promotional video, but it is so true. Like actually, whoever is watching in the YouTube or something, it might look like a promotional video, but it
Mm-hmm.
is not.
Okay.
Again, actually, I read everything ma'am gave me. She taught everything from the scratch. And when you go to interview, they will ask the basic questions.
Mm.
Uh, Sorry, I can't
No
see.
worries.
Yeah, as actually they used to ask me the basic questions like
Mm.
was
Mm.
they asked me actually like in order to bypass the firewall, which nmaps can use. Uh,
Mm. Mm.
Very very basic questions they ask.
Mm.
I read the notes. Um yeah, I read the notes and that's all actually. Like I
Okay.
was thorough with the notes.
Right. One of
Yeah,
the reasons why I'll tell you, right, why generally the hiring companies ask for basic questions is because if the foundation is strong, then you can build on it. So
yeah,
sometimes what happens, the foundation is not strong, and we give complicated answers. Sometimes it's very simple answers that the industry is looking at,
of course, of course.
and yeah, I mean that's why you would have probably felt that. Like I think there is a related question. I was just quickly I was seeing the chat when you were talking. So somebody wants to know that how did you apply for jobs? I mean, what job portals did you use? And also they want to know, do you recall what was the interview questions that they asked? Probably one or two we can touch
Sure, sure, sure. And first thing, actually, like when I wanted a job, obviously there is this placement help, right?
upon. Right.
I didn't even complete my course. But
Oh,
I think,
okay.
yeah, I didn't even complete my course. Meaning, actually,
Okay.
I think I think like 4 to 5 days was left. Like
Okay.
it is still left, and then ma'am said that I asked ma'am actually if there is any vacancy. Then I think actually she got the number from a placement department only, and she
Mm-hmm.
happened to give it to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I called them,
Oh,
and
nice.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Got it.
luckily they had these uh,
Openings.
openings.
Okay.
So they said actually okay,
Oh,
so
so basically, you mean to say before you even ended the course, you ended up getting a job. I mean,
yeah,
ended up getting the. Oh, wow.
I think actually 3 to 4 classes were still there.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Okay.
Fatima ma'am helped me, and she said that actually there may be openings and all. So I called
Okay.
and there are openings, luckily.
Mm-hmm.
The HR was asking me some basic questions like actually what is CIA triad?
Mm-hmm.
Like that actually CIA triad, very basic questions she asked me.
Mm-hmm.
Then actually she thought okay, she has some knowledge. Then they
Mm-hmm.
scheduled the first interview. In the
Mm-hmm.
first interview, I was
Mm-hmm.
asked about as I said previously, they asked me about OSA layers.
Mm-hmm.
And also they asked me about Burp Suite.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, what do you basically do with Burp
Mm-hmm.
Suite? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked me like if you have any knowledge about Nessus tool, any scanning tool, any
Sure.
scan. I said Nessus.
Yeah.
And then they asked me actually like, did you happen to scan anything using Nessus? Then I
Mm-hmm.
said yes. And then they asked me like when you scan, did you find any vulnerabilities?
Mm-hmm.
So, and they wanted me to name like 2 to 3 vulnerabilities, and they
Mm-hmm.
asked me actually like what is the mitigation for them. So
Oh, nice.
I said
Okay.
them the mitigation. Uh,
Right.
and then they asked me about CVSS scoring system. Uh,
Okay.
so how CVSS is basically calculated.
Sure.
Uh, and they asked me about there are different types of Nmap scans, right? So actually they
Mm-hmm.
asked for different like 2 or 3 Nmap scans thing. And also I mentioned Qualis Guard.
Mm-hmm.
When ma'am was teaching us Nessus, I also
Mm-hmm.
happened to hear about Qualis Guard. It is really, really famous in the cybersecurity
Yeah.
industry, as you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Uh, I wanted to learn, the Qualis Guard also. So I happened to watch many videos, and I was taking ma'am's help also. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so when I said Qualis Guard, I know Qualis Guard also. They asked me, so what kind of options do you find in Qualis Guard? That
Mm-hmm.
just that like scans and address management option profile, that's all I said that.
Yeah, so it's actually from an interview perspective, I can. It's is it safe to say it was simpler than what you thought, at least?
Yeah,
Yeah, right. Yeah, because
yeah,
the way it sounds to me, also it feels very basic to
yeah,
me. As
it
that's
was
good.
very
That's
basic.
good. All right, okay. So since then you joined the job. How are things right now? How the projects are going? What is that you're working on?
Everything is so cool, actually. Can you believe it? I was free all day. I worked today for like half an hour maybe.
Yeah, right.
Because actually like I had this experience as a team lead, so I know when to do what. I
Right.
I keep a track of everything, so I know actually like this month I don't have any work only.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, I
So
get it because yeah, because the role is different. The role requirement is different because when it's critical, you'll not be allowed to sleep as well. I get that because
yeah,
when
yeah, yeah.
if when God forbid if there's a
First of
attack or
all,
something, I'm sure you're not sleeping for a few days, right?
but
That's the nature of
uh,
the
uh,
job. Yeah.
I mean to say that actually like I think that is for SOC people, and I
Hmm.
do vulnerability assessment.
All
and
right.
and recently actually like we are being they are teaching us PT activities. So
Okay.
I did a couple of activities, so I'll be given the projects.
Very nice, very nice,
Yeah.
fantastic. Right. I think there was a question related to tools. I think which you covered. Somebody wants. Supriya is asking, what cybersecurity tools that you would expect one to focus on. If you can name few tools, which is according to you is because you have gone to the interview. So according to you, what might be those? If you can call it out, it will be helpful for Supriya.
Surely, actually, like I can say, Nessus is, it is a very basic tool. Nessus, and then Qualys Guard you learn, it is really good tool. And then Burp Suite for your application, and actually, you can track all the responses and everything. That is really a critical tool. And also Wireshark. Like these four, and Nmap.
And all right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I think that answers that question. Skillogic team, if there are any questions on other social media handles, please let me know. Otherwise, we will go towards conclusion. So while Skillogic team is trying to do that, Swati, what if somebody is, let's say, freshers, somebody who wants to, what do you say, change track like how you did somewhere mid-career. If they are thinking cybersecurity as an option for them, what would be your input to them? What would you want them to do so that they can aspire to do this transition? What do you think is required? Let's say a few things that according to you that they need to do.
I think actually like one should have very good knowledge about the networking, and the basic knowledge is really really important. And I said actually like those five tools are
Tools.
really important. Yeah, those five tools are really important. Actually, once you scan something, and you will know the vulnerabilities and how the mitigation is done, and all,
Mm,
and also vulnerability management. Learn vulnerability management. That is
right,
really important. That is really important.
right.
So yeah,
Wonderful. Thanks once again for your time. I know
really
I don't
my
know how much.
pleasure.
Right. So though you have a lot of experience, you're still new in cybersecurity. I hope this fire for learning keeps continuing. I hope you do reach greater heights, and we also see where you go with this, because right now cybersecurity is booming because for the obvious reasons. So I'm sure you will go along and succeed in whatever path that you take here. Keep the hunger for learning going, Swati. There's one question which is coming. Somebody called Adrian is asking, what is the salary expectation while in starting few years? What is it now? So roughly they're expecting. I don't want an actual number. We don't really want actual numbers. I mean, we don't want to know your salary. From an expectation perspective, what do you think is
It
required?
depends upon actually which company you're joining. So actually, like one of my colleagues is there, he was working as an internal, that guy was getting like, you know, l- not what you are expecting. It was less only.
Right.
But he gathered so much of knowledge. Actually, when he came to CISA, he was
Mm.
doing application test on fingers.
All
Like,
right. Mm.
everything was so easy for
Easy.
him.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
actually you learn the process, then you expect the numbers, you will get very good salary.
Very good sir. More than the market, right? Other jobs might come to the market. I
Of
mean,
course,
that's
of
that's
course, of
because
course.
that's obvious, because this is a very evolving industry. So that's
And one more thing, actually, as a fresher, actually, we will be thinking, oh, coding and all those things. Trust me, actually, coding will go away. Coding will go away. These actually PT guys, especially cybersecurity PT guys, application PT guys, they will,
mm,
they will just swipe them away,
right.
because they'll
Right.
find so many bugs there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, that's encouraging for people who don't want to get into programming, right? It's always
Yeah,
encouraging.
and actually, like ChatGPT is doing everything, man. Everything. It's doing everything. And trust me, actually, sometimes I started network PT these days, and
Mhm.
actually, when I don't get command, I ask ChatGPT, what is this? And it explains everything. It explains
Right.
everything, not the coding, not everything. Actually, you stick to cybersecurity career.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you
Wonderful.
try to find a bug and solve it.
Right, wonderful. Thanks once again for your time. Like I told, wishing you the best. I hope you continue down this path and find all the success that you deserve. Thanks once again. Congratulations once again from the Skillogic team and all your trainers. I'll convey that you have great things to say about Fatima. I work with her, so I'll convey your message to her as well. Thanks once again, Swati. All right.
Deepak, actually, it's really really my pleasure. Actually, like because of this and because of all the knowledge I gained from Skillogic, I was able to crack CEH. And as you said, the hunger was always there. So actually, I recently CPISI trained from Ziza.
Won- Wonderful. So there's one question which has come from Piyush. He's asking, required time to daily to master all tools. Master is a very big word to use, Piyush. Roughly, I've been into this for quite some time. I would say if you're attending the class for 2 hours in a day, the expectation is you spend 2 more hours somewhere during the day. That should be more than sufficient. Work on the assignments that the trainers give, the any kind of task that the trainers give, which will roughly take about another 2 hours. Roughly, if you're able to spend about 10 hours a week apart from the class, I don't know about master, but you'll mastering is a very big word to use. But you will have the confidence definitely to use these tools, Piyush. Swati, you agree to what I
Yeah, yeah,
say?
yeah.
Agree
Totally,
to what I say?
totally, totally. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Then those are all the questions that I have. Thank you so much for your time. Yeah, I'm ending the call. Thank you so much. All the best.
Thanks, Deepak.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.